Two teams who seem to be strong up front.
Yeah, I think certainly both have guys with size who also bring incredible skill to the game. And it's really hard to win this league without at least one elite player at one of the front court positions.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Reddish out there with Morant. Then there's Mourning. Then there's Harrell. And it's Williamson into the 3 slot. Thompson with the bucket.
Well, Klay Thompson's simply one of the best to do it in the NBA right now when it's a catch-and-shoot situation.
Mourning passes to Reddish. Back to Mourning. Reddish kicks to Williamson. Shot clock at 2. Hangs on the trifecta.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Now here's Walker. No good from Bosh. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Here's Reddish. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
You will have to finish harder than that if you want to convert in traffic.
Anthony drives in and blocked the ball with his palm. What a defensive play. Now here's Williamson. Covered by Anthony. Pass to Morant. Now here's Williamson. And here's Reddish. Back to Mourning. Nice D from Cousins.
And you can see the defender's afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
No, I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And that one's good. Morant.
And, you know, we talk so much about Morant's athleticism, but his feel for the game equally as effective.
Now here's Walker. And it's Anthony at the elbow. Now Thompson. The shot from 20 feet away. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time, Greg. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Now here's Reddish. And the rejection by Cousins.
The aggressive defense by DeMarcus Cousins, not content to just alter it, send it back.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it.
You have to remember, the Nets surrendered their draft pick every year for 5 straight years, between the years 2014 to 2018. How they turned that into a playoff run last year, one of the great stories in the league.
Williamson kicks to Morant. Now here is Mourning. 6 on the shot clock. And it's sent back by Bosh. And here comes Walker, leading the fast break. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
You know, that's just the power and strength from Anthony, able to take the hit and still play through it.
And Doris, you're right. Those picks you're referring to, surrendered by the Nets in their 2013 trade with the Celtics.
And think about it, Kev. That transaction was one in a string of trades by the Nets, trading their picks for veterans. This 2019 draft, only the second time the Nets controlled their pick in the last 9 years. What they have achieved in the face of that is nothing short of remarkable.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Mourning dishes to Young. Over Rondo. And the Nets miss again.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Anthony finds Thompson. That shot, no good. Excellent D from Thomas. The pass to Mourning. Over Thompson. Mourning's shot is good.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Young against Rondo. Passes it to Thurman. Back to Rondo. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Trae Young.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball. Exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
This is his first free throw of the game. And he can't get the first one. Doris, there is nothing like opening night in the NBA. Every fan base just teeming with optimism for the upcoming season.
I think all of us are just so thrilled to have NBA basketball back. There's no losses in the losing column. Everybody's happy. Let's tip it off and go.
And guys have that little step, and these first weeks of the season are always exciting.
Oh, no doubt. Everybody's bursting with enthusiasm. Players are fresh.
And having to respect Young's deep range defensively, it's hard to close off the lane.
Rondo against Young. Outside Anthony. Los Angeles with another miss.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Off the left rim and out. Los Angeles leading by 4. Thompson passes to Thurman. Goes back up. And Mourning sends it back.
And that's his signature. Mourning, a fantastic defender. Phenomenal at using those long arms to reject shots.
Here's Anthony. He's got 5. Well, it was only a matter of time that they finally get the bucket.
Well, efficiency is everything, right? So far in this one, this guy has been on the money.
Scola, 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Goes up. Oh, and a jam by Anthony.
Well, nothing wrong with a little early offense. Anthony happy to oblige.
Here's Thomas. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Anthony with it. 9 points in the game so far. Unloads. No good that time. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vamonos. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Nets trail by 6. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Parrish. Thomas is out there with Trae Young. Then there's Mourning, and it's Drexler in at the small forward. Off target from the baseline. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Los Angeles. And at 6'6", Joe Harris has been asked to play a lot of minutes at that small forward position. Doris?
Yeah,
Do you think that's his natural spot?
Well, I think he's gotten pretty good in terms of his strength, if not the length for the 3 spot. He's worked really hard defensively to get better and better. And offense, though, that's where he's going to make his money. He can make shots consistently.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. Taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas. David, thank you.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that 3-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
And they lost a close one last time they saw each other. And you have to think that it was the foul trouble that really kept them from getting the win.
Yeah, some of their starters had to take an early seat on the bench, and that ruined the rhythm and flow they were trying to establish.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
Looking now at some numbers from Montrezl Harrell. Last year, getting it done. 6th in field goal percentage, and he's a shot blocker as well. Top 20 in that category last season. Great timing and challenges at the rim.
And you know, back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season, top 10 in the league, his dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense. Nets trail by 6. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Kicks it to Williamson. Morant with it, working on Thompson. Shot clock at 6. Here's Williamson. No good on the shot. Walker with some nice D. Lakers leading by 6. He feeds it to Thompson. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Now here's Morant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
Well, in addition to the scoring, he found ways to initiate contact from the defense and get himself to the line. The defense clearly frustrated, trying to get a way to stop him.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Shooting 1.
That's good from Morant. Who are some of the up-and-coming shooting guards in the league that you have noticed and have got a very high ceiling?
Well, I would have mentioned 2 guys who I think could be considered combo guards who can play 1 or 2, and who I think their organizations are still trying to figure out their best position. But 2 of the most dominant young guards in the league who are going to be a problem for over a decade. Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell. Both guys can create their own shot. Both can get off the dribble drive. Both could light you up for over 50 a night. Devin and Donovan, 2 names to keep an eye on.
Thompson from long range. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And it's Williamson missing. Lakers leading by 10. Thompson in the post. The kick out to Bosh. To the inside. And they call the foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Boy, a chance to tack on 1 more for Klay Thompson. Hard-nosed play, guys.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
One shot.
That free throw good from Thompson.
Well, guys, there's no doubt if you're talking about the best shooters in the NBA right now, Klay Thompson's game has got to be in the conversation.
Now, here's Reddish. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Williamson kicks to Reddish.
And this has really become a struggle for them. Their shots aren't dropping, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. They need to put everything they have into getting high percentage shots.
Nets trail by 13. Here's Williamson. Pass to Reddish. Morant with it, and Bosch picks him up defensively, and he gets the bucket. Morant's got 10 points.
Even though he's smaller, Morant does not lack assertiveness, which comes in handy down low.
Walker, bounce pass. Shoots over Morant. They get it back, and Cousins gets it to go.
And Medivh getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
Greg, you have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
Oh, can we get a load of that one? Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Now, here's Cousins. 1:11 left here in the second. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, here's Reddish. He's covered by Thompson. Reddish's shot is good. 54 seconds left to play here in the half. Down low, here's Cousins. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got 4 assists now tonight.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Morant passes to Reddish. Inside, here's Williamson, and the dunk by Williamson.
What amazes me about watching Williamson, his lift into the air, it's so effortless.
Left side, Walker. With the teardrop, Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now here's Morant. D right on him. Nice D from Cousins. Thompson outside. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Boy, that is absolutely gorgeous by DeMarcus Cousins.
Oh, big time play!
And he nailed it! That's a miracle. Are you kidding me?
Listen, under duress at the end of the period, you just throw it up and hope.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. Back to the action after this word.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A stellar first half for Carmelo Anthony. He had 12 points and 1 rebound. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. And taking a look at the Lakers, Shaq, what'd you think?
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their rebounding. They got a good edge on the board, and that's a product of their hard work. All 5 guys have been battling, putting everything they had to fight on the glass. That needs to remain the focus for 2 more quarters if they want to hang on to their lead.
Kenny, how'd you think the Nets were playing?
Well, they're giving up too many high percentage looks, Ernie. They're not closing down the lane, and they're not going hard on the perimeter. That will get an L in any book.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Guys, John Morant has been sensational.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Anthony is out there with Chris Bosh. And there's Kemba Walker. And there's Klay Thompson. And it's Cousins in at center. Now, here's Reddish. 5 to shoot. Here's Harold. And it's off the back rim. No good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Anthony down low. Harold on him. The offensive rebound. Anthony, the pass to Cousins. Thompson surveying the floor. Lets the three fly. They get it back. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Of course, you can't help but notice that teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get. And
Well,
the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the teams.
And that's because the defense has a chance to settle, correct?
Exactly right.
So he gets them both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Morant dishes to Reddish. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Reddish. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Outside Anthony. Cousins against Mourning. Here's Anthony. Again, the miss by Anthony.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They missed their first four. They've got to get on track.
Here's Morant. Off the mark, and a chance to trim it to single digits. The shot by Anthony. Nobody around. That's his 7th miss and 12 shot attempts.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Williamson kicks to Morant. To the left wing. Loads it up there for Harold.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And so it's Walker with it who brings it up for the Lakers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And the Lakers call time here. We're seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the rage right now. But when you look in your crystal ball, George, what might be the next player trend in the NBA?
So we saw the evolution of big men as three-point shooters, men being able to enter the league as sort of back to the basket, consistent rebounding forces out of the post, now stepping away and becoming threats as face-up scorers. To me, one of the most intriguing young players in the league right now is Nikola Jokic. Here's a 7-foot guy who is a tremendous playmaker. His instinct is to pass more than it is to score. So you wonder, is that the next evolution of big men? And then the other thing, Kevin, you are starting to see offensive rebounding went away as a focal point to teams in the NBA. You are starting to see teams go back after the offensive glass. Does that continue?
Second chance is a big statistic, isn't it?
It is.
So for the Nets, Drexler, he's checked in for Williamson. Thomas comes in for Reddish. And Trae Young subbed in for Morant. Harris kicks to run. Lakers passing it around. Drexler against Anthony. Just 5 on the clock. Outside Bosch. Here's Rondo. And too long on the shot.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Young outside. Back to Drexler. Over Rondo. Drexler, no good.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Boy, how well does he use his frame to hold off the defense? Melo with the strong finish.
Pass to Drexler. High, arcing shot, and it's sent back by Bosch. To the wing right side. Back to Harris. The pass to Rondo. Outside Anthony. Passes it to Thurman. Harris against Thomas. And here is Harris. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Drexler with it. And Bosch picks him up defensively. Now Mourning. Right side Thomas. Loads it up there for Harrell. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
We're finding the weakness in the defense. That's the court savvy of Thomas at work.
Young against Rondo. Bosch passes to Harris. Bosch trying to free himself up. Harris, no good. Nets trail by 9.
The 33rd pick in 2014 out of the University of Virginia. Boy, has Joe Harris found his niche the last couple of seasons as a dead-eye shooter.
Anthony kicks to Harris. Rondo against Drexler. Outside Rondo. And the Lakers get it back.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
He's just really a one-man wrecking crew down low. And with this timeout, they've got to make some adjustments because he's been steady inside.
Thompson, he's checked in for the Lakers. Parrish, he's checked in for the Nets.
And checking out the stats for Harris, how he did last season. Put up about 13 points per, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
And Doris, more recently, we've seen Harris's offensive efficiency go through the roof.
It really has, Kevin, and it's not just his long-range shooting. He understands that he had to be adept at attacking off the closeout because they're going to take away that three-point shooting. He's got to be able to do both, and he's proven he's willing to.
Offensive rebound. Thurman's shot is good.
Boy, his hard work on the offensive glass, earning an additional opportunity.
Nets trail by 10. Thomas feeling it out a bit. Pass to Drexler. Teardrop shot. Here's Parrish, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
And so far, going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Young against Rondo. Looks for Parrish, gets it to him. A three from Drexler. That one misses. Up in time. The shot missing. And so it's Los Angeles in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision making at every position.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Williamson out there with Mourning. Then there's Thomas. Then it's Reddish. And it's Morant in at the 1 spot. Now here's Morant. Following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. That's tipped.
I'm not sure another player combines defense and offense as well as Spurs. The only reason he doesn't get more blocks is because so many guys are afraid to bring the ball anywhere near him. Now, how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that guy?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. And Walker with a clear path to the hoop. That shot is off. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Here's Reddish. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Cam Reddish at the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one comes. And the Lakers making a change here. Bosh is checked in. He's off on the second. Lakers leading by 9. Anthony on the wing. Floats one. And it's Mourning with the rebound. Mourning's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And the dunk by Williamson.
And yeah, he's 280 pounds. We've never seen anyone hang in the air like this young man. Williamson is special.
Now here's Cousins. Anthony right side. Fires from the wing. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. And that's 18 points for Carmelo Anthony. Now here's Morant. Guarded by Walker. There's the pass to Mourning. A shot, no good. Nice D from Cousins. And there's the feed to Walker. Cousins trying to free himself up. Shot's good by Walker.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Thomas against Thompson. Thomas, no good.
And his defense, so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Well, you see the effort, you see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Harrell, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did on high school at a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the basement. Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
I remember it very well.
Incredible.
And the Nets with possession here after the basket by Los Angeles. They need this. Thompson with the rebound. Lakers leading by 16. For the three. But they'll get another chance.
The momentum continues to go their way. Pretty much the story of the game. I'm not sure what he was thinking exactly, but he finds a way to convert.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during his timeout.
Present our Jordan Player of the Game, Carmelo Anthony.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Fires from 14, and the Nets miss again.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Now, here's Cousins, following the miss by John Morant. Clock at 4. Morant with the steal. Lays it in off the breakaway.
What's amazing about Morant, he racks up steals even though he doesn't naturally gamble a lot.
Now here's Walker. He's tightly guarded. Morant with the steal. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Reddish. Morant with it, working on Walker, and it's Morant missing. And here are the Lakers. They're on a 13-5 run here. And Anthony gets it to go. Anthony's got 10 points in just the second half.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Lakers.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Carmelo Anthony.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
Morant, rebound the Lakers.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Oh, and a jam by Anthony.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Here's Reddish, and Reddish with the slam.
Oh, they matched the slam at one end with an even bigger one at the other.
Ooh, maybe we'll get another one on this trip. Walker surveying the floor. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. They poured it out tonight, dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.